into 105.3
What they did this morning, and I knew this was going to be the case, the players were on the field. They had the draft picks and then some guys, the college free agents, and then a couple of veteran guys were out there with them as well to be a part of it because they were able to do that. They had some tryout guys. Of course, the two quarterbacks, J.T. Barrett and Brady Davis, were both.
J.T. Barrett, shall I do a thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session as we take a deeper look at J.T. Barrett. I want to know your thoughts on that, Cowboy Nation. And, of course, they had Brady Davis. You know, Brady is a popular name, so that could be a good situation. Psalms 91. Appreciate you, Bible Junkie.
Both tryout guys.
Let's go.
So, you know.
But in other words, they signed a couple of guys because someone had to throw the ball during rookie stuff?
Yeah, and it was actually they were practicing bad ball drills with the receivers by these guys.
Wait, were they intentionally practicing bad balls?
No, it just. I just didn't see much. Like say they were throwing against air, and Brady Davis, the kid from Illinois State, wasn't nearly as accurate. J.T. Barrett at least has some accuracy to him.
JT.
He looks physically different, by the way, Jeff. He's always.
Is that the Ohio State kid, J.T. Barrett, or there's somebody else? It's a new Barrett. Y'all let me know. Let me rewind just a little bit. Is that the Ohio State J.T. Barrett, or there's somebody else? Let me know. Educate me, Cowboy Nation.
J.T. Barrett at least has some accuracy to him. He looks physically different, by the way, Jeff. He's always been a real big kind of guy. He looked like he's kind of slimmed down some too.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So man, who knows? The thing though, but
appreciate you, Chuck.
What's interesting is I was watching. Say Micah Parsons was working underneath. They're playing him. He was talking about playing as that Mike linebacker. So he's playing, in inside, and that would be a Leighton Vander Esch position right now is where he's talking about working. And they played him there and had Jabril Cox playing more like a Sam or an outside linebacker. Again, it was only three guys working with the linebackers, but the guys getting the primary work were Parsons and then a Jabril Cox.
And what kind of work is that in a setting like this?
It's basically general. It's more just teaching. Like George Edwards they had trash cans lined up like they were the defense or like the offensive line and gaps. They had.
So George Edwards is still in full capacity? I never really dived into that part of it. Now that he mentioned that, good grief, this defense, my goodness. So if you got Dan Quinn, who I believe will bring in a lot of energy, and you keep George Edwards on this staff, implementing his influences another year on his team, man, look, this stuff is getting gooder and gooder by the minute. I like this information right here. Let me rewind and hear the Brian Broaders on 105.3 The Fan. And just for those who are out there watching right now, I'm going to post a link in the description box there. And that's a very valuable piece, by the way. It posted over there. So check out that link there. Of the Restream is on the you should see from Restream. You should see that link. My goodness, that's a good grab right there. When we think about it collectively speaking, there's wisdom and understanding, and there's continuity and rapport. Because I thought for sure that and it could be just me that George Edwards was on his way out. Now that he's here, that's a really, really good stuff to have. And all you have to do is look up and look at the Minnesota Vikings defense when he was there as the DC. Remember that first year as the DC, they didn't do that great, but ever since then, the Minnesota Vikings I believe it was from 2015 all the way up until, of course, last season, man, that defense kind of turned around due to the hands of George Edwards. So now we implement that and we include Dan Quinn. Maybe, just maybe, when everybody look at Dan Quinn's defense and say, well, they give up this, they give up that, maybe now you have more heads as it relates to knowledge piece in there, and this thing can change crazy good for us.
More just teaching. Like George Edwards they had trash cans lined up like they were the defense or like the offensive line and gaps. They had created gaps.
And were they going to the proper gap? Because that would be better than the Cowboys last year.
They were actually doing that, Jeff.
All right.
They were trying to get to the proper gap. So George Edwards would, they'd have a ball carrier. The ball carrier would step a certain way. Then these guys would make the read. So what they're trying to do is get their fits right, General, is to get that, at least drill that in initially here. The wide receivers were working down towards the middle of the field. They were throwing with the quarterbacks. Fehoko, the kid from Stanford, is a really, he's a good-looking kid physically on the field, 6'4", 222 pounds. He looks every bit of that. Wow. He's really natural catching the football. They had him doing drills where ball was behind him. He reached back, catch it, ball in front of him, ball low and all that. He has absolutely no problems doing that at all. So that part of it was good.
Why was he a later pick?
I think a lot of people probably had it with him. He's a little bit of an older guy. He's a 23-year-old kid right now. Wow. So it was one of those things where, you had, and the wide receiver group, as Jeff will tell you, because Jeff does a great job with that drafting of, and organizing it. That there's a lot of wide receivers. So people are going to go with younger players. But
look, 23 being old, this is a new world, man. But I feel what he's saying coming out of college. Already at the age of 23, I just look at it like, hey, now he's wise, right? Now he can figure out the soft spots in the zones, and he can pull the ball out of the sky. And I heard that he's a very cerebral guy, so it could be all in our favor. And well, he's 23. He's only 2 years younger than Amari Cooper, right? Because Amari Cooper was like 25 or 26, so he's only 3 years younger. That's crazy. But give Fehoko a chance and opportunity. If he's 6'4", you just can't teach God-given stuff, right? 6'4", you just can't go and create that yourself. So if when I heard his opening interview with Simi Fehoko, he said that, hey, he was using their particular offense as the guy that can take the top off the defense. So there's only so much you can roll coverages on, right? If you playing single high look, because that's what majority of the team's going to do against the Dallas Cowboys, because they're trying to load the box, they're trying to fill in the box, they're trying to put everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie inside the box to stop the run. When teams face the Dallas Cowboys, this is the game plan, and it's been since Ezekiel Elliott been here. Load the box, man-to-man on the outside, have the safety over the top to cheat to Amari Cooper's side when Amari Cooper got here. They just played everybody up front before Amari Cooper got here. So there's only so much you can roll. You got Lamb that's going to be digging it out into the inside, and you got Amari Cooper on the opposite, right? If you put Fehoko in on his roster to take it vertically up the seam or rotate him on the outside, if he used that speed he got, it's going to be trouble.
I had him on my board myself in the third round. So nice. When he was taken, I felt like the Cowboys got a little bit of a steal on that one. On the defensive line was working at the far end, so I really couldn't see. I know with Odighizuwa, they're going to play him as the 3 technique. He was even talking about that post-practice, that he says, hey, they're trying to work him as that shade on the guard's shoulder, not the inside shoulder, but the outside shoulder, that upfield type of player that plays in what they call the B gap. Gap between the center and the guard, B gap between the guard and the tackle. They've got him playing in that technique. Just watching him a little bit, though, the movement and all that stuff was good for him. Again, it's just getting off the ball and being quick.
But before they go into details, all right, so y'all do know the gaps A, B, and C. And A, of course, you got double A gaps. That's in between the center. And then, of course, your B gap is in between, like he just lamented, the guard and the tackle. So what they want to do is to get Osa in between, basically, Zach Martin and La'el Collins. If La'el Collins is healthy. And I've not seen La'el Collins all on Instagram with his shirt off, for crying out loud, pumping weights and moving around. So hopefully he is injury-free. So I come here to tell you guys, that will be the best rep for Osa. That will be the best rep, because I can't wait to training camp, baby. Because now you got all of that wrestling technique. I got strong hands, good get off, good burst. And now you got to face Zach Martin. You got to face Zach Martin. And then as soon as you try to defeat that guy, don't have La'el Collins, who is pretty strong, by the way, help out and move some stuff around. So this kid, just like I lamented earlier this week about our DBs, they may not be in shape right now. They may still have to overcome a lot of things getting ready to play on this level. But our DBs, just like Diggs was ready last season because he had to go up against CeeDee Lamb, he had to go up against Gallup, he had to go up against Amari Cooper, that still holds truth right now. These guys got to go up against, like Boss Man Fat got to go up against CeeDee Lamb. Boss Man Fat got to go up against Michael Gallup. They might put him into the inside. Now he got to go up against Blake Jarwin. These guys going to get optimum reps. Optimum. So where my dog button at? Because my dog, man, woo, oh my goodness. They there. Rollin Reviews, I'm definitely going to have to do a full series on gaps. I'm going to have to go over that for everyone on gap control and these sorts of things and the principles. And I'm going to have to break it down of even fronts versus odd fronts as well. I'll do a video on that just for you, Rollin Review. I really appreciate you for your love and adulation for the channel.
Corners don't look in shape right now. I don't think Kelvin Joseph is in particularly great shape right now.
Oh no.
Because what they do is they were pedaling them and have them turn. There's going to be some work that these guys are going to have to do. It's not one of those things where it's like riding a bike. You just say, okay, I'm going to start backpedaling for 3 yards and then have to turn and burst and break. I think
he's going to lose the gig to the third round guy that we didn't know.
And I'll say this though about the guy Nahshon Wright. I was worried about him being a long-legged guy and then having some problems turning. But he did a pretty good job. I mean, there was actually some quickness there with his when they call it the transitions and things like that. The pedal, the brakes, things like that coming forward was fine. The back pedal and the turn, quick. I thought, well, here's a guy 6'4", 183. He's going to be a little leggy here, but that wasn't the case. He was able to pedal pretty well and turn and adjust well enough. So I was kind of expecting a little bit of the worst there. But if you ask me a guy that had a little bit more quickness in the drills, I'd say Wright had a little bit more quickness over Joseph. But again, this is just really, really, really early. They're going to, I think Joseph, once they get him on the field, get him here full time, work through all the drills and stuff, get his feet back to once how he was playing at Kentucky, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, it takes time, man. Our bodies naturally, we don't run backwards, right? And as a DB, that's the first thing that you're going to do, backpedaling. And that's a rhythm. And that's a muscle memory to it as well. Now, of course, when you go look up, I recommend you guys not to. But if you so happen to do this, if you're on Instagram, you look up Boss Man Fat's Instagram page, you be just sitting there like, oh, Lord, please, no. Because he liked to skateboard. Right? And there's nothing wrong with skateboarding, but you'll see some of that stuff and you'll be like, man, dude, you got to be more cautious because all it takes is one uneven pavement groove and that's your rookie year, right? And he's jumping into pools and kids gonna be kids, right? So he don't look like he's been running track or anything by any means of a stretch of imagination there. But give these kids time. These guys not going to be in NFL shape as it relates to the off season, May the 15th through May the 27th. They're not going to be in NFL shape ready. I got more news flash for you. By the way. These guys might not be in NFL shape ready week 1. Oh, Lord, we're going to have all of this Oxnard stuff. No. It takes time, especially getting hit, playing a full 60 minutes. You know how that goes. That's why I said, now, offenses tend to be more ready and prepared than defenses. So when I look at this schedule and I look at everything that we have to put out there, it may not be, and this is the cold hard facts. I ain't gonna sit out here and lie to kick it to you guys. Y'all ain't come here for that. If y'all wanted to do that, y'all be somewhere else, obviously. But I pulled up this schedule right here, as Jerry would say, schedule, and we will look at the first few games: Buccaneers, Chargers, Eagles, Panthers, Giants, Patriots. Our defense may not start coming along until week 5. And that's natural. That's natural. We may not be hitting our stride until like week 9, which is cool to me. Yeah, that's pretty cool to me. You keep it 100. But dog it, week 1, week 2, week 3, our offense should be ready. Not a lot of stuff changed with our offense. I think our offense will be the driving force of this team for the earlier part of this schedule. And around week 7, which is the bye week, around week 8, 9, and 10, that's when we should be getting, shout out to you, Harold and Alex, appreciate you guys, and Perry Dion, appreciate you for liking and sharing. That's when we really want this defense to hit its stride. That's what happened to the Buccaneers last season. They start hitting their stride, and then this season is long. It's not a short one. This is a long season. We get to around week 13, we should know everything about this team. We done went through the highs, the ups, the lows. And, of course, week 11, as you can see on the screen, we play against the Chiefs. So that's going to be a good game for us, a good flexibility for our defensive backs, because they're going to have to run, chase, carry, go upfield. They're going to be running for was it, Tyreek Hill? Yeah, and don't sleep on that running back. Who they got, that running back that they got, I forgot his name. He's pretty good. So we're going to have to stop the run. By that time, man, we should already know a little bit about Michael Parsons playing that Mike linebacker role, right? Right, we should know everything about him. We should know, like, hey, sideline to sideline, he made some explosive plays. Hey, his defensive rookie of the year type of groove. They are already be talking about Dak Prescott, comeback player of the year, mixed in with the what? MVP, baby. Ooh, yeah. It's gonna be that type of stuff, man. It's gonna be that type of medieval, crazy type of stuff. It is. It's gonna be trouble. By this team getting in the groove, barring if everybody is healthy, by the way. So I just like the way we going right now, and I can see us getting this thing going the best way possible.
Right on, buddy. That's quite a report there on the guys. Anything else of note? I saw Jerry was talking.
Yeah, Jerry's talking a little bit, and he was mentioning that he's already got the place for the media party located.
Oh, we're going to
Oxnard. Yeah, Jerry's like, I've already got Nobu taken care of, so yeah, get ready for that.
Y'all heard that? He's
media party. Yeah, Jerry.
That's quite a report there on the guys. Anything else of note? I saw Jerry was talking.
Yeah, Jerry's talking a little bit, and he was mentioning that he's already got the place for the media party located.
Oh, we're going to
Oxnard. Yeah, Jerry's like, I've already got Nobu taken care of, so yeah, get ready for that. He thinks everything is on go. He still needs to talk to the state of California. He still needs to talk to Oxnard about some things. But he felt like that things were progressing in the right direction when it comes to the camp. He doesn't quite know about what's the situation with the fans. He's hopeful about that, but
would he want to do it if he couldn't have fans there?
I think it means enough to him to continue to have a presence in Southern California that he would do it because of the weather, the grass, the way they're able to kind of train and keep the team together. I think that he would do that. You know, they've got if you look at their preseason games, they've got a game in the Hall of Fame games in Pittsburgh or against the Steelers, but that's in Canton. They've got their second game against Arizona, so that would be a pretty simple trip for them coming back home and stuff like that. So I think he wants to be out in Oxnard. That's something that he always really enjoyed.
Come on, man. Oxnard, man. Let's get out there, man. Cali. Y'all make sure y'all set the table right for the boy over here, man. Y'all get this thing going the best way possible. So I'm very excited about it. And hey, all we gotta do is make sure that right around that time, these boys get their mind right. I mentioned this before that a lot of times around training camp, mini camp, these guys, basically, collectively speaking, when we think about this all together, these guys, they're trying to stay in shape. They're trying to keep everything in front of them. They want to be able to know whether or not this young group right here that you guys see on the screen, can they pick up all of the information? Can they retain all of this information? Because minicamp is only 3 days. They're going to practice again today. They're warming up right now, and they're getting everything going right now. And then you guys should see some more clips throughout the day that's posted on Twitter and beyond and DallasCowboys.com of these guys working out, showing them techniques. They want to see if these guys can recall the information that they taught them. Can these guys also stay in shape? They're going to write down, okay, we want you to be at such and such size by this date. We want you to lose weight by this time frame. We want you to gain weight by this time frame. We want you to stay out of trouble. And a lot of times, and I'm telling you guys the truth, they want to see how they will respond when they get this thing called a paycheck. This is how it is. They see that paycheck and they're going to see what they do with their first paycheck. Are they going to go to the, name me the gentleman's bar out here in Dallas. They're going to see if they want to go to one of those locations. They're going to see if they're going to splurge, or they're going to buy Auntie and Pookie and Ray Ray a house. All of these things during the off season worries a lot of owners right now. Right. They want to make sure they're going to look. Are you going to meet your goals, see your goals, accomplish your goals, and will you be ready when Oxnard rolls around?